Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. And we are live from the Toyota Winners Lounge, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. And boy, is it a Winners Lounge. Oh, man. Oh, boy. It's a big one. Mitchell Carroll here hosting, joined by the fellas.
This is like deja vu all over again, but let's fucking go, Yappy!
Cowboy Super yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm drinking a little bit of water because I need to get back into my hydration state.
Of course. Look, you guys were at the C. Oh, the other guy. What am I doing here? It's downtown Duane Brown.
Hello. Yes, we were there.
You were at the C38 tailgate. You guys were having a blast. You were out in the crowd. We had producer Emma from the All-NBA show with us. We had a whole gang going out. It was a fantastic night. Rapids roll to a 4-1 win. Cabral scored. Cole Bassett, the Olympic snub, scored. Jonathan Lewis?
Who? Never heard of him.
Jonathan Lewis scored a goal?
Who? He scored a goal!
Not just, I mean, God, that was a sweet play. And then Darren Yapi. I'm going to find the stats here. But Darren Yapi, 1,535 minutes, 54 appearances, 12 starts, 3 seasons in Burgundy, and he gets his goal.
I told you guys, don't let him get one. Don't let him get one. The MLS is now cooked. You let him get one, you guys are screwed for the rest of your life. It's over. It's over for everybody out there.
Messed up, MLS.
You done
messed up.
You done messed up St. Louis, baby. Like, you let Yappy get his first goal, run a play. Like, it feels great to be a Rapids fan right now.
Man, and it should feel great to be a Rapids fan right now. They've won 4 straight at home. Another 3 points. You sweep St. Louis. Man, just... the vibes are through the roof.
Real quick, is this a rivalry game?
No.
Do you guys think St. Louis is a rivalry game? I kind of look at it that way.
Why?
Me personally, because of the Kroenke connections.
Well, sure.
It feels like there's a little bit extra to it every time. You know what I mean? By the way, guys, we had 11 likes at the beginning of the other show. We had technical difficulties where it didn't go live on YouTube for whatever reason. But drop us 11 likes, please. We really appreciate it. And give us a little bit more. Give us that love that we crave, right?
Of course.
We go again.
Of course. I got to shout out our guy Buff for BCS. Our guy John. He was as loud and angry and upset about the Armas hire as anybody. And can't blame him. You can't blame anyone.
No, I was in that same boat. I was pissed off.
Fan base was at rock bottom. The team was at rock bottom. And then you hire a guy who just had never done it. Right?
No evidence, no track record.
It was a shocking hire, and I don't think anyone had confidence going into the season. And shout out to you, John and Buff for BCS, our guy, because you see it. And if you're convinced, the rest of us can be convinced. This is real.
So
this team has the juice, baby.
A little bit quick behind the scenes. Mitch gets gets the information maybe a few minutes before a lot of us do, right? Mitch has a lot of great connections. He does a great job of talking to people around the organization.
I try.
Shout out Mitch for that. He does a great job. I remember him calling me in my old apartment and letting me know I know who the new head coach is. I heard Chris Armas and I dropped to my knees in pure anger. Pure disappointment that was the hire. And now here we are, week 22, in full delight, in praising Armas in all his glory as he deserves.
It's just amazing to see. The turnaround is real. The culture is real. The team is real. and we're cruising, man. And I couldn't be happier. But let's get into this game. I mean, seriously, let's get into this game. 4-1 win. Rapids come out and score in the 6th minute of the game. Kevin Cabral was abusing the left side of that St. Louis defense. Abusing it. Fast as all get out. Nice touches. Good passing. Drops in. I mean, he was just. I mean, what else can you say? He was great tonight. Comes off of a suspension from the red card against LAFC.
He was everything Phil Foden was supposed to be for the England team. Literally what that was tonight.
And he was great. And then
Beautiful setup.
And then
from
he sets
Cole
up
Bassett.
Cole. Well, okay, so before that, you're right. You're like, oh man, this is going to be the pour-on game, right? You're up 1-0 in 6 minutes. You're cruising, and then 11th minute, St. Louis punches right back, and you're like, oh, we got a bit of a dogfight here, right? 5 minutes later, we're in a bit of a dogfight. This isn't going to be easy, right?
I was so down, Mitch.
You should have been.
You don't know because you're in the press box, but I told you I was so down after that goal.
He literally made the rounds to me and
I
Emma.
came around and told everybody how down I was because it looked like a stoppable goal. This is where I was in my feels.
That was it was Ollie Ronan kind of blowing an assignment there. And you know what? It happens, right? Like, whatever. You give up that goal, jump to the 23rd minute, and bang. You get Cabral over the top.
Returns.
Rafa, though, Rafa sets the whole thing up, right? He has that beautiful touch, long pass, and then you just leave it off to Cole. Bang.
He returns the favor.
Yep.
It was the reverse of the first goal. Cole Bassett to Cabral, and then Cabral, hey, buddy, one back to you.
Wide open shot both
F
times.
St. Louis.
Wide open shot both times.
It was exactly what you cook up. And then, it kind of bounces around, some kind of half chances here and there for the rest of the half. This game, obviously, it all rolls, like the clock rolls the same, no matter what, right? But this game felt like all of a sudden it was halftime, and you're like, oh, it's only 2-1. The skill, right? Omir had a bunch of nice touches. Rafa was just doing whatever he wanted when the ball got to his feet. Cabral was cooking. It was working. But
Did Rafa get a secondary assist tonight on that
I don't
first
know.
goal?
I'd have to find that. But, man, it just felt so good, right? Like, really. It felt... But the scoreline's only 2-1, and you're like, oh, we've been here before. This game's closer than it should be, right? Mir had one off the woodwork there before halftime too, right? And that doesn't go to your XG, but you have 2 goals on 0.8 XG, and you're like, okay, like, been here before. Like, it's still a 1-goal game. Something bad could happen. Second half gets going, and it looks kind of eerily similar to the SKC half where you open up, and you're like, man, got to come out with energy. St. Louis has a chance within a minute, right? And for about 5 minutes there, you're like, oh, God, this is a replay. Like, are they going to get back into this game, right? Settles down, calms down. Again, it's kind of up and down without being a wide open game. Does that make sense?
Yep, I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Stefan comes up with some big saves.
Seven
after
had
that
some
first goal.
real nice saves. And fine, Jonathan Lewis comes on, and I'm thinking, oh, KSB's on the bench. We're going to get Kamani sighting. Oh, it's Jonathan Lewis. And look, I've been as hard on Jonathan Lewis as anybody.
Not as anybody, not me.
That's true.
I will say I'm the number one J-Lou hater, and tonight he proved me wrong. Good job, J-Lou.
He came in and had some energy. Calvin Harris came on with him. And would you believe it? Calvin Harris with just an absolute dart to the far post. Lewis buries the volley. He hadn't scored since the Sacramento Republic away Open Cup game last
year.
spring.
Yep.
That was his last goal as a member of the Rapids. Before that, it was the Cabral game in LA
Galaxy.
against Galaxy for his last MLS goal. Right? And all of a sudden you're like, okay, Cabral has scored. Okay. Jonathan Lewis has scored. Okay. We're cooking here. And then
Cole is the only guy
Well, yeah,
that
I mean,
you know
you
that
expect-
scores constantly.
And like, look, all these storylines. Cole did set his career high in goals tonight with
Yep.
his 7th. His career high in goal contributions with his 11th. Like, that's going to get lost because the kid, Darren Yapi, over 1,500 minutes, over 50 appearances, 12 starts, 3 seasons in Burgundy. He gets his goal. He gets his goal. It's been a talking point in the chat. It's been a talking point on this show. And not to harp on him, he's still a kid. But when you're getting minutes and you are the striker coming in, you need goals. And it hadn't happened. And tonight, the crowd goes crazy. The bench goes crazy. The subs are going crazy. Chris Armas runs down and joins the dog pile.
Love
because
that.
he has an absolute banger of a goal. 5 holes him. Puts it in. And you just see how happy he is. You see how happy the crowd is. C38 gets a Yappy chant going. It just rocked, man. It rocked.
It was so good. Look, I woke up this morning late because I stayed up too late watching a dumb movie last night. I wake up to predictions from Yaya and Mitch, which is my cue that I need to make the predictions graphic. And I sat there this morning thinking about what's my prediction for today. I had some time. I thought about what would Rapid Man predict in this moment. And I felt the 2 players that have been harped on so much in Kevin Cabral and Darren Yapi. And I said, damn it, both of these guys are scoring goals tonight.
That's right.
And not only did that happen, but listening to C38, we were all the way across the stadium. We went over to the bridge. Hearing C38 do a Yappy chant that was so loud that the rest of the stadium jumped in on it, and you see the entire coaching staff, the whole roster jump out and join the dog pile and hear that was maybe the greatest moment of this season so far. I cannot
there.
say how happy I am for Darren Yappy. Yappy Hour has started. I hope that this is just the gate swinging wide open for him to have that confidence to keep scoring goals. I think it's so awesome. Congratulations, Yappy. We're so happy for you. And I also want to mention this as we talk about the guy who just scored his first goal and now talk about the guy who scored the most goals in Rafa Navajo. He's not scored a goal since, he got the big deal done. And that's okay. Because at the beginning of the season and in last season, we kept saying, like, Rafa is doing all of these awesome things, but he's not scoring goals. That was a problem because nobody else on the Rapids was scoring goals
Correct.
either. Now you've got Rafa who's doing all kinds of Rafa stuff and doing crazy shit all the time. But you've got the rest of the forwards that are scoring goals. This is the kind of Rapids we've been wanting to see. This is the kind of offense that Chris Armas has wanted to install. And all of this stuff is happening right now. And it doesn't matter if Rafa scores or doesn't score because he's doing Rafa things, which is magical.
Not to cut off a good Duane rant there because you were cooking. But you made a good point there. Where not only is this the team we were looking for after last year, this offense is the offense that Rapids fans have been looking for maybe ever.
Man,
Like, honestly, this is arguably the greatest offense in the history of this club. And they just keep cooking. And look, Djordje, he was in the house tonight. He was upstairs with us. I said what's up, said congrats on the Olympic team, but he's not down on the field, right? And after that game against SKC, where he's just diming everybody up, putting balls wherever you want to, like as magical as you've ever seen, and you're like, oh, he's not down there today. Doesn't matter. Cole steps up to the 10. Offense cruises, score 4 goals without Djordje on the field.
You feel a little bit more confident right now knowing that, unfortunately, like, Cole is not a snub. It's kind of confirmed that Cole's not going to be on this Olympic team. it makes you feel good going forward, knowing that Cole's your 10 and another guy that can create. If you don't have Djordje in the lineup, in the mix, it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel like, okay, here we go, man. Yappy's scoring a goal. That means that we're about to be the balling team of this
Yes,
time.
100%.
The Rapids have now won 5 out of their last 6 games. How can you not feel hyped about this team? They're scoring goals at will. They've scored 3 or more goals now in the last 3 out of the 6 games. I think it's what it is. Like, that's insane. Yappy got his first, something that we've been begging for, not just on this podcast, but as a fan base, as all of us united, we've been begging for Yappy to show up on that score sheet, and now he has done it. How good does it feel to be a Rapids fan right now? Going up against St. Louis, the team that talks so much shit with no credence, with no background except for the Kroenke issue that they have with the Rapids, and now you go in there back-to-back, not just in Colorado, but in St. Louis, and you score 7 goals on them. That's what you like to see from this Rapids team.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, all the credit to Porrick Smith for realizing that this team was not it last year. And all the credit to Chris Armas for realizing, hey, I have the opportunity of a lifetime to cement my legacy, not just as an MLS player, but as a coach in the good way, not a bad way like he did in Toronto. And take those opportunities and create a team that is being feared around the MLS. They bounced back in an incredible way against LAFC after being completely blown out. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a tough game.
And then they come back.
It was a tough game.
They take the SKC game. They come back, take the St. Louis game, and say, Missouri, you are misery. Missouri,
Look,
you are the misery of the U.S.
I-70 got painted burgundy this weekend, brother.
And there's
This
no other way
holiday
to put
weekend
it.
from here, which one's farther away?
St. Louis, I think.
St. Louis?
Yeah.
From here to St. Louis, baby, it is burgundy signs down I-70. I mean, what a game. What a game. Especially, 2-1, you feel good if they win 2-1. Lewis gets a goal, you're feeling good, right? 3 goals, great. That's what we do here. Yappy opens the account and just hammers it home. Are you kidding me? Just buries. I mean, St. Louis, they're cooked. They fired their coach. They have like 7 guys out a game. People are hurt. Now Berkey gets hurt. He had a back injury early in that game, which is a storyline maybe we get to later. But it's unreal, man. Like they're taking care of business in ways that really good teams take care of business.
How many goals did Berkey let up to tonight?
Yeah, because it was
Yeah, he
30-something minute when he came off.
He wouldn't have blocked the other 2. I'm
No,
convinced
those
of
were
that.
bangers.
They would not. He would not have done any different against the other 2.
It's crazy. Look, it's crazy. I mean, I know St. Louis is not the measuring stick for a good team, right?
Not this year,
And
at
honestly, SKC isn't the measuring stick for a good team. But
Nope.
But on 4th of July, to have that late dramatic winner, great storyline. Tonight, to have Yappy and Lewis and Cabral, kind of the something to prove, right? Like, remember we were talking about something to prove FC coming into this season, right? Where it's a lot of guys who have something to prove. And look who's proved themselves, right? Cole has a career high in goals. Djordje has a career high in goals. He's on the Olympic team. Rafa has 11 goals before that loan is over. Yappy gets his first goal. Cabral tied his career high in assists. No, sorry, set a career high in assists and is 1 goal away from tying his career high in goals. Everybody is having a great season. Maxu has a huge bounce back season. Bombi breakout.
Even Max
Keegan
Fu-
is an all-star.
Even Max Fu coming back to regression
Yeah.
to what
Been
he was
great.
in Europe. Like,
Yeah.
it feels good. Michael Edwards stepping up in the place of not just Bombi, but Lawless. Following up those great performances from Lawless and coming in and being a stalwart back there. It feels good as a Rapids fan. You feel like this team has finally found its footing. And I'm one to get really excited really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not the one for a measured take. But
No.
I've said it we all know this. It's not a secret. But I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. the Rapids are gonna be there in the talk for the MLS Cup. I've said it tongue-in-cheek all year that the Rapids will win their second MLS Cup in Miami against
I need that
Inter.
second star on the badge, baby.
I'm telling you. I've been saying at the beginning, in tongue-in-cheek, the Rapids are going to win their second cup in Florida because that's what Colorado teams do, and it just feels like it's trending that way right now. Screw RSL. Screw every team ahead of them. ALLCITY, everything. I get it. The Rapids might not be there. But come playoff time, it's about matchups, and it's about where you're at. And the Rapids right now are positioned in the way that they can make some noise in these damn games because they are strictly right now focused on a home playoff game for the first time since 2021.
Couldn't have said it
what's
better myself.
Really important is that we're playing. Well, you cut me off, I cut you off. That's how it works. It's give and take. One of the important things is this. You play bad teams, you have to beat bad teams. We couldn't count on the Rapids to do that in the past couple of years, and they've done nothing but show us that they have the mental fortitude and strength to do that. So that is one of the big storylines also of these past two games. It's awesome.
Love it. Absolutely. Nailed it. Both of you just nailed it. Look at you guys go.
Maybe we need a little bit more of a toasty Yaya.
Toasty posty?
Toasty posty a little bit, Duane.
We are going to jump into some individual kind of game analysis, game stats, how guys did tonight. Jump into some numbers, hit some bigger storylines right after the break here. But first, we got to talk about our friends at Lucy Nicotine. Man, we love Lucy Nicotine here. We really do.
Man, it's one of my favorite sponsors we've ever had.
Look, we are men of vice. Right?
Unfortunately.
We got DraftKings accounts we're in. We got the bar literally right there. And, we throw some pouches in when we're on the golf course, when we're in the office, producing a show, on a show. Lucy is 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free. Available in pouches, gum, and breakers. Breakers are pouches, but you can pop them. Extra flavor. They're available in 4 milligrams, 8 milligrams, tons of flavors: mint, berry, citrus, espresso, mango. Missing a wintergreen maybe. There's so many. I lose track.
A winner's pouch, as Judgmental Jim likes to call it.
That's right, winner's pouch. I love me the 4 milli. Right here, the 4 milli mango, baby. That's my favorite.
I'm a little 8 milli kind of guy with wintergreen.
Too much for me, but
I try to keep this classy with the wintergreen.
Of course, that is classy. Classiest flavor. If you're not into pouches, Lucy gum is available 2 milligram, 4 milligram, or 6 milligram. You can set yourself up a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. You don't have to do the daily or weekly stops at the gas station. Grab yourself some Mango Force. That's my best recommendation. Yaya's a wintergreen 8, but you can do the espresso. You can do the apple ice. You can do all of that. They have it just for you. Level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Lucy.co/rapids and use promo code RAPIDS to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co and use code RAPIDS to get 20% off and always free shipping. We also have to talk about our friends here at Toyota. I mean, come on. We made them the official vehicle of DNVR. We're in the Toyota lounge. We have Toyota on the microphone. We got a truck right there on set. A little mini truck, but it is on set.
We got to the DNVR lounge tonight.
In a
the
Toyota.
Toyota lounge in a Toyota, which is incredible.
Yeah, of course. Look, we love Toyota. Whether it's the Toyota trucks, right? I mean, that is Toyota's DNA is the trucks. They got the new 2024 Tacoma. The Land Cruiser's coming back, right? You got the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck, one of 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from. They have more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. And they have 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the 4Runner we just talked about. You need all-wheel drive here in this state. You don't need it, but it sure helps.
Exactly.
And Toyota has so many different options for you. You can get exactly the kind of car you like with the right conditions to drive here in Colorado. Toyota SUVs, RAV4, Grand Highlander. Take them on the trail. Take them around town. Take them to a tailgate. It's the right car for you, and it's the right car for us here at DNVR. Visit your Front Ridge Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. All right, guys, we're back. DNVR Rapids podcast. Yaya, Duane, Mitch hanging out. Post-game Winners Lounge. If you're on Twitter right now, hop in the show on YouTube. Get in the chat. Hit that like for us while you're hanging out with us in the Toyota chat. Brought to you by the 2024 4Runner. Everybody's in there right now.
Real quick, also, man, hit that like. But I want to shout out people like Rudo from the Apps Pod.
Of course.
In the chat, dude, I love that so much. Saying yappers, which I love. It's yappers in the chat. Man, Darren Yapi is making Rapids fans out of everybody right now. 4-1, man.
4-1. Look, I mean, everyone in there, though, tonight, right? Kev, Judge Jim, Ricochet Sanchez.
That's a great
LOL,
name.
Crash the Cars. Schmeeman's in there. Stephen Newhall. Matthew Wick coming from us from Milan, Italy, watching this stream. Shout out, man, all of you guys. B-Ray's in there. Whole gang out. We appreciate y'all for riding with us on a night
Late
like tonight.
night, Sunday night.
Doesn't get better than this, brother.
And you guys are chilling with us. This is why we do this.
This is why we do
do
it.
this because we love talking PIDs. We love talking to you guys. It makes us feel good, right?
Makes me feel
we
great.
wouldn't be anything without you guys in the chat. So we appreciate you guys so much.
Who do you guys think was the highest rated Rapid?
Cole Bassett.
See, I'd say Cole. In my heart, though, it's Yappy. In my heart, it has to be Yappy at this point.
Yo, shout out Coach Mike Sam for jumping in the chat. Are you kidding me?
Shout out,
Buffs
Coach,
legend,
man.
Coach, come on. Let's go, man. This rocks. You are correct. It is Cole Bassett. Easy answer for my boy Duane here. An 8.4 for our guy Cole. Player of the match. 90 minutes. 1 goal. 1 assist. 2 chances created. Only 55 touches.
That's impressive from Cole right there.
You know what the best pass is from Cole Bassett tonight?
Which one?
I just watched it on Twitter from the
Okay.
Colorado Rapids account.
Okay.
He gave the oar, because he's man of the match, to Yappy and had Yappy hold it up to C38
Yeah.
for Yappy's first goal. That is the Duane Brown pass of the game from Cole Bassett to Darren Yapi. My goodness. That guy is such a leader on this squad. He is just everything we'd hoped he would become.
Can I say
Yes,
something?
please.
U.S. Soccer? You're idiots.
So dumb. Are you kidding me? Luna and Bassett not on the squad? Are you out of your damn minds? Like, and both of those dudes just gave you middle fingers with both of their games in the past 24 hours. What are you thinking? What are you watching? Have you ever watched the sport of soccer before? And still, somehow in your collective mind of ignorance, decided not to put these two guys on the Olympic roster. What is wrong with you? I will tell you, because you can go back and watch the highlights of both of these guys. They
Ballers.
will show you what's wrong with you.
Yep.
What a colossal, terrible mistake that you have made in not choosing these two guys from rival teams to be on the USA Olympic squad. Craziness. Craziness.
I also hated the discourse from U.S. fans saying, oh, you're choosing Djordje over Diego Luna. No, you're choosing Djordje over Walker Zimmerman, who hasn't done shies with Nashville this year. Like, that should have been your other
That's
midfielder.
apples and oranges. That's choosing between overage players
And look,
and guys within the
Djordje
bracket.
is on a career high in goals. He's on pace to do double-digit goals and assists. Like Djordje was a lot. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So is Cole.
And so is Luna. Like, this is a rare time for RSL.
I don't want to talk about RSL. No. Stop Luna. Stop Luna.
No.
Stop Luna.
This is about club and country. Okay, we're talking about country right now. This is a rare time for two clubs that hate each other to combine
All right,
in
fair
a
enough. That's a good point. That's a good
middle
point.
finger for what's best for the country's team. And they chose hilariously and clownishly wrong by leaving Luna and Cole Bassett off of this squad. Just a baffling decision. And I am so happy that both of these guys proved you wrong instantaneously with great performances.
3 guys on this panel. All 3 guys hate RSL. And we can all agree leaving Diego Luna
Yes.
off that Olympic team
Yeah, dog.
just put
It's
the U.S.
crazy,
team
bro.
in the worst spot.
Yes.
And it's never about Djordje over Diego Luna. It
I
never
want
was.
USA to win. I want them to get the gold medal. And if that's Luna, I don't give a shit who it is. I want USA to win. And you put the best guys on there. And those are 2 of the guys that should be on there with Djordje to go and beat up on the rest of the world in the Olympics.
Cole and Luna deserve to be on that team. And
Absolutely.
that's coming from a rival fan base.
Yep.
Guys that we hate RSL.
Yep.
But we know ball. We understand that Luna's a baller. We've always understood that.
Yep.
Now you're on the risk of losing Luna to Mexico. I love it. I'm all for it. But it's also like, what a massive fumble by the U.S. at this point.
Yeah. 2 players tied for the second best game grades on the Rapids tonight.
I don't apologize for my firiness. But back to you, Mitch.
It is hurting cats in
Thank
here,
you
y'all.
thank you for letting us rant about
Of
that.
course. Hey, I throw up middle fingers. I mean, it's insane. Okay. Goal and an assist for both Kevin Cabral and Jonathan Lewis. Goal and an assist from both. 8.2
Awesome.
ratings. And you just love to see that, man. You really do. It's crazy. Green ratings for every single Rapid except for Sam Vines, which I think he was pretty good tonight, but whatever. That doesn't matter.
He did let up that first goal a little bit.
I think that was more on Ollie, but whatever.
Apples and oranges. It's 4-1.
yeah.
It
As long
doesn't
as
matter.
you
Kevin
got
at the end of the
Cabral.
day.
4 and they only got
Kevin
1, it's
Cabral,
cool.
67 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 0.5 XG. He's one of the league leaders in XG, and he just added another half a goal of XG there. Only 23 touches, 4 in the opposition box. His 1 pass into the final third resulted in that assist. He was great.
Vive Cabral.
He was great.
The French Revolution continues.
He
Man.
was fantastic.
I felt a little weird choosing him for my goal scorer tonight, if I'm honest.
You both did.
Not me. I
Yeah.
didn't feel weird at all.
But you
I'm
know
like,
me.
let's go.
Me and Duane are in different levels of Cabral love. We all know this. Like, it's not a secret on this pod that what I feel about Cabral compared to what Duane feels. And you know what, man? Cabral came out here and showed out. That's all we could have had asked for him. He's been DP level-esque the last 3 games that he's played.
Yeah, people are going to complain about the money, but remember,
They're only playing half the
we
salary.
ain't paying for that salary. Someone else is paying for that goal and assist tonight.
Well, half of them. We paid
Love
for the
it.
goal. They paid for the assist.
I'm fine with that. What a freaking deal.
Pretty good. He's
Love
balling,
it.
man. Keegan with a 7-4. Edwards in his. We haven't even brought up Mikey Edwards. Gets his first MLS start tonight. He had the best. You know, it was a good night when you aren't talking about him, right? Like that's when a center back is at their best. He had a couple nice, like loud moments in the second half, the good way. And other than that, rock solid. Gets a 7.0 in his first game. 86
I
minutes.
thought he
played.
was better than Maxu tonight.
He was great, man.
You know what the other thing that was great about him tonight?
What?
We missed a lot of vibes
Sure.
with Bombi being gone.
Right.
And he made that killer tackle in the first half and immediately jumped up and got the crowd into it. And he brought those vibes. And I'm like, man, God, there is not a player on this team I don't love right now. New guys showing up and just getting the vibes going in the crowd. And this was a very loud Dick's Sporting Goods Park tonight. Super loud.
Over 16,000 on a Sunday night after 4th of July, long weekend. I was at the tailgate.
Freaking
and
love
look,
it.
C38, you do a great job. But when I got there, I was like, it is light. It felt like you guys were there.
Yep.
And so then I get in, I left obviously pretty early to go upstairs and kind of get ready for lineups to come out and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I was saying like, what do you guys think it's going to be like in terms of attendance tonight? Right. And I was like, whatever you guys bet, I'm going to price this right you and go under. Right.
$1.
Yeah. Like I'm going to go, whatever it is, I'll take the under. And almost to sell it. I mean, that once you have the bleachers and stuff, that number goes up, but over 16,000, it was rocking. It was full. It was loud.
It was very loud.
It was such a good vibe atmosphere.
I have friends who have been to only 2 other games this season, and they are former season ticket members. They're City fans because they're from Missouri. They also support the Rapids, but they came up and mentioned on the way out, they're like, man, I've not heard Dick's Sporting Goods Park this loud in a long time. It was a great crowd tonight.
Porrick said it best, man. The best way to attract people to the team, to the game, to Dick's is having a good team.
Yep.
It's having a team that's willing to win, a team that's winning pretty, and is scoring goals. And that's exactly what they did tonight. And I'll tell you, man, 80% of that crowd is going to come back just because the Rapids are better than they were in the last time they saw them.
Yep.
Man. Anyone else that we haven't talked about yet? I mean, Rafa had a 7-4. I'm curious what his stats kind of look like. 83 minutes, 2 shots, 1 chance created, 38 touches, 5 in the box. He was a header, like a set piece target tonight, I thought, in a real way. Because, almost always Sharpie loves to find those center backs at the back post. That's kind of the Sharpie calling card is get that ball back into the mixer, whether it's Lawless, Bombi, Maxu. But they were finding Rafa in there, and he did get, he had a decent chance off of one. It's an interesting way to use him that they haven't really thrown out there yet.
It's also Rafa dropped a lot more back and was more of a creator tonight than he was a target in open play.
He let Cole go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He understood the assignment tonight. He understood without Djordje back there creating those, finding those open spaces, he was going to have to create those a lot more for other players and not in himself. And he did such a good job with that.
He was getting saucy with it.
He really was.
He was getting saucy,
And that's
bro.
awesome. And that's what you appreciate from Rafa, right?
Oh,
that
he's
he's not
fun.
just a striker. He has that Harry Kane style of play. Where
And that's
it's,
awesome when you have other guys who can put the ball in the net.
Exactly.
It's
and
so great.
And it feels nice because then you have a Rafa like with that Harry Kane style of play where I'm not saying he's Harry Kane. What I'm saying is that he plays the same way where he can draw back and be a facilitator, be a guy that can create goals for other people. But when it's needed, he can also create goals. And tonight, it just wasn't needed. He didn't need to score them goals. He didn't have to go up there and get a goal to win the game. No, like he understood the assignment. He knew that the likes of Omir, the likes of Cabral, the likes of Cole were enough to get him across the finish line. He just had to get him there, and that's exactly what you want from a player like that. You're paying big money for him, and it's not going to show up on the sheet. It's not going to show up with all these stats, but it shows up in the game, and that's why they win games, because everybody understands the assignment. Thanks to a guy like Chris Armas that makes the assignment very clear for everybody and says, this is what I need from you tonight.
Man, I think we could just gush about every single player that played tonight, which is perfect because we got our flower segment coming up right here after a break. Because we got to do a little housekeeping and we got to talk about ourselves because we got a lot going on here at DNVR. We really do. Look, Broncos road trip, Yaya's birthday, TrueFanTravel.com. We're going to Tampa, hanging out in Clearwater Beach, hanging out on a boat, hanging out with Broncos alumni. I mean, Todd Davis will be there, Numbies, Zach Stevens, Hank. The whole crew will be there. And you can be there too. It's going to be a fun trip. You get to check a stadium off the list, hang out with the DNVR crew, and watch the Broncos. Doesn't get much better than that. If you're a Buffs fan, we're going to Nebraska, baby. I'm going to Nebraska. I'm so excited. It's an atmosphere I've never been to. I'm ready to yell so loud at some Cornhuskers. God, it's the dumbest mascot ever. Cornhusker.
The dumbest place to have a team, Nebraska.
Ugh, gross.
It's only second to Utah.
But yeah, truefantravel.com for both of those trips. Come hang out with us. We got a hotel for the Buffs. It's literally next door to the stadium. We're going to have tailgate. We're going to party. It's going to be a super fun time, so come hang out with us there. We got a Rockies takeover coming up on the 20th against the Giants. You get a bus from here, from the bar, to the game, stocked with beer, hang out at the game, get on the bus back here, get a free drink while you're here hanging out. It's going to be a blast. So check that out. We also have all our tailgates up from Broncos games. You can get tickets now. That's a party bus from here to the tailgate or just the tailgate itself, however you want to do it. But every home game is now up and available at thednvr.com/events. And our kickoff classic is coming. The last golf tournament of the season for us on August 16th. We'll be playing up at Legacy Ridge, 4-man scramble. You can sign up as a single, as a twosome, as a foursome. It's so much fun. Shotgun start, tons of prizes, gift bags, goodies.
People that went to the takeover tonight would understand that DNVR events just rule.
Yeah,
they're a good time.
Yeah, we have fun.
You get to hang out with people on the pod. You get to hang out with everybody. Like, it's just a good time all the way around.
Last tournament, there was a one of just, I think, less than 2,000 made special edition Toyota Tundra truck available if you hit a par 3 hole in one. Mm-hmm. And I bet you we have something cool like that again. There's just cool stuff to do with us. We want to have as much fun as we can. We want to include you, the Denver sports fan, in that with us. So check that out, thednvr.com/events. All right, guys, we're back. DNVR Rapids podcast. Yaya, Duane, Mitch, hanging out late night. Before we get to flowers, I know we do be going on, but real quick, Bogert, Tommy Scoops, friend of the show, dropped a couple news nuggets before the game. Obviously, Cole not making the Olympic team went official. The other one was apparently Leon. Now, it wasn't a bid, and I, while typing and listening really quick, I did say they rejected a bid. That wasn't the case. Leon is considering offering up to $5.5 million. Right? Again, the outgoing record's 2, and that was Sam Vines. Right? Leon wants to up that to possibly 5.5. Rapids still say that's not enough. My guess has been 10 is the floor from the start.
Yep.
He is worth that. He is a high line cheat code, right? You want to play a high line and you have Bombi, push that line even higher, right? Now, in that, Bogert also said that they'd be willing to throw a player in, right? And there's, Eagle Group is a big, it's a big group.
Botafogo is one of those.
They got Botafogo in
Cup.
Brazil. They got Crystal Palace. They have Leon. So between those academies and those second teams and those benches, there's a young guy that I'm sure Porig would like. And so maybe you get it up to 7.
And a player?
And a player, take it. Get it up to 10 flat, no player, take it. But here's the thing. They have team control as the GA guy through, 2027 or something like that, right? So, there's no rush. He is 24. So that does change this whole thing, right? When you think about him as a prospect, we think of him as being so young, but that's more young in experience versus age because he is 24. The development curve changes when you're looking at prospects at that age versus a 20-year-old, right? If he's 20, he's already sold for 15, right? Jared says Ben Rama and $5 million. Sign me up, baby. I'm in on that. Hold out for more. Keep him through this playoff run?
If it's 7 with no player, no.
Right.
It has to be 10 cash.
Yep.
If it's only money, it has to be 10 cash. That's the floor, how you said. Because Bombi is worth it. Bombi is worth it not just for the Rapids, but players at a caliber of player around the world. He's worth 10. There's players that have sold for more that are not the caliber of Bombi. So Bombi deserves a little bit more. And you know what? It's not just for the Rapids to get that money, but it's for Bombi to carry that with pride.
Absolutely.
It's carry that 10 mil with pride on his back. That it's like, I'm worth that 10. And you know what? I'm actually worth more. But the Rapids are willing to take that 10 because it's just going to be beneficial for the club.
Yeah, and you're not paying for what Bombi is now. You're paying for the ceiling, right? You're paying for what Bombi is capable of. This is a kid who's been showing out like crazy in MLS for the Colorado Rapids, but he's also showing out on the international stage with the Canadian national team. Like, it's not just like, oh, he's an MLS player. Yeah, He's kicking ass in MLS, and he's also kicking ass on the international stage right now. So put up or shut up. You know, and that's good for Bombi, but it's also good for the Rapids. Like, it's not like you're paying the Rapids. Yeah, you're paying the mother effing Rapids right now because we were smart enough to draft the guy. He's balling out. And now you're going to have to pay the Colorado Rapids. And now you're going to, like you were saying, you're giving Bombi the respect he deserves by carrying that price tag and saying, I am worth this money because I am very good at soccer. You're welcome for me to come to this.
And Bombi didn't just ball out against Venezuela and Argentina. He balled out against Inter Miami.
Yes.
MLS darlings, North America, South America darlings because of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi on the squad and Bombi still balled out.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of that price tag, carrying that 10 million price tag as a player means so much, and he deserves to carry that because he's at that level of play, and it's unfair not just for the Rapids, but to him as well as a player what he's accomplished in such a short time. And my co-host Mitch has made a great point that he is 24. He is older.
Yeah.
But he also made the great point that he hasn't played professional soccer very long.
Right.
And he's already at this level. Like, what else can you expect from him?
You know, that's kind of the mystery, right? And that's why we're not talking about a $15-20 million price tag right now from those clubs, because they didn't even know he existed until that Miami game this year.
Exactly.
Right? And so he doesn't have a ton of tape. He's older, obviously fast as shit, physical, good with the ball. Took a penalty with freaking laser pointers in his eyeballs, buried it, sends him through to the semis.
He didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
He looked at that laser. Rapids trying to talk to him. He's like, leave me alone. I'm focused. He's
dialed
just looking at the ball. He's shaking his head like, no.
So, look, we're going to talk plenty about Yappy. I bet you we talked for 20 minutes on our studio show this week. Obviously, it's going to be a big topic. Either way, it's the day after a semifinal that he's playing in a big tournament. Maybe we have more news about it, Bombi.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely tune in for that on Wednesday. If you're watching on Twitter right now, hop on in to YouTube, jump in the chat, celebrate with us. It's a fun winners lounge. If you're already here on YouTube, hit that like. There's 36 people watching right now. We don't have that many likes, so hit that like, please. Goes a long way for us. All right, it's everybody's favorite segment. It's really our only segment, but
True.
It is flowers time. Flowers from the fellas. I think I'm up first this week, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't remember if I said it on this stream or on the stream that fell apart earlier. But look, I was sitting there on press row. Yappy had this weird back heel pass to no one on the sideline. And he had that look. And we've seen it from him. That frustration. I can't believe it. Desperation. And I think out loud. That's just kind of how I am. I'm like, is he ever going to score in the MLS? I don't know if he ever scores in the MLS. I said that out loud. Not fully serious, but thinking it, right? Not even a minute later. 90th minute. Bangs it in. Darren Yapi. Flowers to you, my friend. You deserve it.
Man, we can't say much. We've already,
I'm
ripped
so happy
off.
about that.
We're happy for Yappy, dude.
I mean, what can we say, man? Yappy is for the people, by the people. Denver's very own. Littleton's very own.
Green Valley Ranch.
Green Valley Ranch's very own. It's nice to have another Colorado kid open their account in Burgundy, in Colorado, in front of that kind of crowd. You already had it with Ollie to win the game.
Ollie last week.
To tie the game. And then you have
Couple
Yappy.
days ago.
Yeah, it was on the 4th. We're on the 7th. It's 3 days ago. We have 2 account openings for homegrowns. It feels good. You love the Yapster. That's the kind of guy that I think if he can really get his stuff together, can command $20 million in a couple of years.
Absolutely. God, I hope so. That's crazy, actually.
I
20
don't
million
think
is
so.
Crazy.
The thing is,
He's a teenager, man.
He
he's
is.
18, 19,
Yeah, he's a kid.
21,
You're right,
scoring
you're right,
10
you're
goals.
right.
I
No,
think
you're
he
right.
can command that.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, what else can be said that we haven't already said ourselves? So,
Exactly. Shout out Yappy.
who's next? Duaner.
Gosh, this is so hard. There's so many people. I know what everybody thinks I'm going for, but I'm not. I'm going for Cole Bassett
damn it.
I am just, man, I already did my rant earlier on what a mistake the Olympic team decision makers have made. But good God, man, what are you thinking? Like, Cole Bassett has done nothing but every possible thing we asked of him to be.
Absolutely.
In a leader, in a soccer player, in a homegrown player, in a guy who's gone to Europe, came back to an MLS side club, and done nothing but put this badge on his chest and say, I am a Colorado Rapid. I am what it means to be a Colorado Rapid. I bleed burgundy and blue every damn day. I will pick this team up when the team needs me to. I will put it on my shoulders. I will pass that ball to Kevin Cabral, and then he will pass it back to me a few minutes later, and we'll score another damn goal because that's what we do.
That's what you do.
Cole freaking Bassett, is such an awesome part of this squad. He is the leader that this time last year we were hoping that he was going to get it together. He did, and he's done nothing but skyrocket into outer space of what we've wanted him to be. Congratulations on breaking your personal record, getting that, new personal record goal for the Rapids with your 7th goal. I think you've got 2 assists now. You're just freaking crushing it.
4 assists.
And we are so happy that you're back on this squad. I hope you never leave. I just want you to stay with this club and retire into Burgundy greatness. I want your name on the stadium, and I want to see it in the future every time I walk into that stadium.
How can you not just feel these last couple games, I mean, in this whole season, really, but the sense of pride in Colorado, right, in the soccer culture here that sometimes, not sometimes, very often gets knocked and discredited and overlooked and ignored and actively trashed by people that say they are sports fans, and they actively talk down on this community, on this club. And then you have guys like Cole Bassett and Darren Yapi and Ollie Laraz who just put it on for the badge. And how can you not just feel the pride and the happiness and the joy for them, because of them, through them?
That grew up as kids listening to all of that crap.
Yes.
Being in the academy and listening to people in Colorado crap on the Rapids. And then they come and, like you said, Mitch, put the badge on their chest.
It's amazing.
And wear it.
It's amazing.
And ball out anyway.
It's amazing.
Holy shit, guys. I don't know if you know what we have in Cole Bassett.
It's amazing.
But
It's
it
amazing.
is awesome. I hope you are enjoying it as much as I am.
And let's peel back the layers a little bit. We have a little bit of information that Cole could have gone to a different team in Europe. He could have decided to be like, hey, you know what? I want to stick around in Europe. I think I can make it. He did the responsible thing and said, let me go back to my home club, to my homegrown team. Let me improve. Let me be a better player. And I'm going to show out. He decided to come back to that burgundy, beautiful color, wear it with pride and honor.
Yeah.
And has just become the guy that we all thought he was.
It's one of the more impressive stories in Colorado sports,
awesome.
man.
For sure.
I'm so happy for him.
And even tonight, me and Duane talked about it. How worried are you at Cole playing the 10? Me and Duane were worried.
Why?
Because we've talked about it. He's not a 10. He's an 8.
Sure.
We've talked about it.
But Cole thinks he's a 10, and Cole was pissed and had some motivation to go be the 10 that he thinks he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what makes you trust this guy even more.
Yes,
now that you're
100%,
like,
bro.
okay, that guy's not a 10.
100%.
Let's play him at a 10. That he kills it. You're like, wow, what can this guy not do at this point?
Right. Straight up. All right, give us some flowers.
I'm giving my flowers to Rafa.
Okay.
And he
Interesting.
deserves flowers.
balled out today.
He deserves flowers for understanding the assignment from start to finish. He came in here, understood he didn't have a facilitator, a traditional facilitator like he does with Djordje, that's just going to set him up perfectly. And you know what he said? That's fine. I'll take that role. I might not get all the flowers. I might not get all the praise at the end of the day, but I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to be the guy you guys think I should be, and he was. He played TP level. He made a difference without showing up on the stat sheet, and that's what you want from a guy like that. Do I wish he got a goal? Yes, I do. Trust me, I'm the biggest Rafa guy here.
Yeah.
I love Rafa.
Sure.
But you know what? He did the dirty work today, and it showed in the scoreboard. And that's something that we don't see very often from Rafa, where he does the dirty work and the Rapids win. And today he did, and the Rapids come out on top. They're the cream of the crop. They're battling for that home playoff spot, and that's all you can ask from a guy at a DP position, especially as a striker. You're not going to see all the pretty things that you see from Rafa tonight, but the things that he did end up doing help the Rapids win, and that's all you can ask from him.
Part of being a striker is pulling the other team's defense out of formation.
Exactly.
You know, it's not all scoring goals. It needs to be all scoring goals when the rest of your team cannot do that. But the rest of the team for the Rapids now are starting to score goals. Now Rafa can be a true pain in the butt to every team because now they're afraid, is he going to score a goal? Or is he just effing around and screwing up your defense? And, like, man, that is the sweet spot for
He
Rafa right now.
manipulated the team
Yes.
to his advantage all game.
All right, we're going to do one more round of flowers each.
Cool.
You only get one sentence to say your flowers.
I got like, so many sentences.
Well, you only get one. That's the rule.
So many flowers.
You only get one flowers to give.
Woo. Pressure.
I am going to
You
continue my eating crow tour.
Let's go.
Jonathan Lewis,
Goal and assist.
goal and an assist in like 8 minutes off the bench. Man, hats off. I have been as loud of a detractor as there is because he hasn't scored in 16 months, 15 months in the MLS. Right? And he, was the lowest performer of goals to XG on the team. It was tough. But to have a moment like tonight, to prove that you do have a veteran off the bench that can be comfortable, right? Now, maybe this is a blip and we go back to that. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's back to super sub Johnny Lewis from 2021. Maybe. We don't know. But this was a great way to start that if it is.
That feels like longer than a
You're right.
sentence.
My bad. Keep going.
But for tonight, you're right. He earned those flowers, man.
Yeah,
It
you're
doesn't
right.
matter what it is in the future. Tonight, right now,
He
you're
earned the
100%, man.
Here in the flowers.
Yep.
All right. You
No,
Dwayne.
go for it.
All right, you go for it.
I'm going to take Dwayne's, and I know
Do
he's
it.
going here.
Do it.
Kevin effing Cabral, man.
Vive Cabral.
Shout out Cabral. He killed it. He scored. He assisted. He was on the level field as a DP as well tonight.
Sure.
Love it. Go for it, Cabral. Viva le French. I love it.
Done. All right, go.
Chris Armas. Everyone was so pissed. The guy has done nothing but become an endearing
Folk hero, kind of.
folk hero legend to the fans and also to this club. He's taken Cabral, he's developed him, he's taken Yappy. We've got a goal. We've got Jonathan Lewis scoring. We've got all of the forwards opening their goal scoring accounts now, which allows this striker that we just paid a bunch of money on to do other things in addition to scoring goals. The midfield looks great tonight. The back line looks good. The vibes are good. Chris Armas is good at coaching. Love him. Flowers.
See,
Chris Armas.
You know why I said one sentence? Because I knew we would all say several sentences.
I don't put any periods in my sentences. It's one real damn long sentence for Chris Armas.
Yeah, dude. He's great. There's so much to talk about. I can't wait for this midweek show to be able to kind of watch this game again, look back at the SKC game, kind of look ahead to what's coming up. Some big games coming up. Red Bull, home. Galaxy away. Finale of the Rocky Mountain Cup, home. Into Leagues Cup. I mean, it is put up or shut up time right now.
And
Let's
they're putting
go.
up, baby. They're keeping their end of the bargain.
100%. I'm so excited to watch it. That's going to do it for us tonight. What a night it was.
Yeah.
I had so much fun
So
tonight,
good.
guys.
Yep.
So
Shout
good.
out super producer Emma, dude, for hanging out with us all night too.
Oh, hell yeah. It was a really fun time. Loved seeing our guys down at the tailgate, talked to Julio, talked to Dev, saw some Dev dogs getting grilled live right in front of me.
I ate some dev dogs.
The Euros
They're
were
right here.
popping. It was a fun time, man. I love this community. I love this team. Happy for all the storylines coming out of tonight because, again, there's just story after story after story to this club. And to be where we are now after last year is just insane. I might go watch the closest game to Wednesday from last year.
Yep.
And just compare the vibes. Like watch the show that we had and compare the vibes and where we were because it sucked and this doesn't. This is the opposite of sucks. This is fucking dope, dude. I love this shit. Sign me up.
Couldn't have said it better, man. Like, you brought it. That's it. What Mitch said.
Plug us out of here.
DNVR Rapids on Twitter. Please follow us there for all this great Rapids content that we try to produce for all the
That's
people
right.
out there. We know it's a smaller community. We understand that, but we still love every one of you. We appreciate you so much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're so close to 100K. Get us there. Give us a 5-star
right
review wherever you hear this podcast. Wherever you like it to hear it, whether it's Apple, wherever it's whatever. We appreciate it, man. Give us a 5-star review. It's the best. And give us a thumbs up on this video. It's very helpful, not just to us, but the algorithm. And that's what gets us in front of new people and helps this community grow. Now I'm going to go on this show.
Yeah, that's right. Do you have anything else to add to that, Duane?
No, man. Bring it home.
Look,
Bring it home.
Become a diehard at the DNVR.com. Helps us out, man. Really, it's a big help to a local company trying to cover the teams for the fans that want to just be flooded with Denver sports. No one gives a shit here about LA sports. We don't care.
I know I don't.
I don't want to talk about the Lakers. I don't want to talk about the Yankees. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. I want to talk about the Pids, the Nuggets, the Avs, the Buffs, even the Rams sometimes, even the Rockies sometimes.
Even
I
the
wanna do
Rapids
that.
all the time.
Rapids all the time because we can do it here at DNVR and it comes from diehards like you supporting us. TheDNVR.com. Check it out. Check out events. Check out all that stuff. You get all sorts of perks, discounts at the bar, discounts on events, everything. It's worth it. It helps us out. More important than that, though, and the way we end every show, and it's already there in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Up the Pids.
We all silly like the mayor.